Hey guys, Long Truck here, and welcome to a different type of video related to multiverses. This is going to be a lot different than what I normally would make with multiverses. Uh, and apologies if my mic does sound a little bit on the crap side here, but I'm actually recording this directly from my PlayStation 5 with a microphone headset here, and it's probably shite. Probably. It's probably not going to be great. Uh, but what I'm here to do is that before Season 4 begins with Multiverses at the time of this video's recording in around 2 days, I want to talk about all the skins that have been added during Season 3 and which characters got the most amount of costumes throughout the season. But since this is the first time I'm doing a video like this, I've decided just for this video only that I might as well go through the entire skins that every character has in Multiverses up to this point. So from Agent Smith to Wonder Woman, we'll find out every single costume for every character, see what type of, the type of variants that are available, like in terms of which ones are uncommon, rare, legendary, epic, and the newest type added, exclusive, and just see like which skin is personally the best per every character. And well, just for those who do want to buy some skins for these characters and stuff like that, just take a look at the skins and see if they look good or not, and get my personal opinion on it. Just I don't know. I kind of wanted to do more multiverse related videos, but actually talking about it than just making the gameplay videos that I've been doing since of the game's relaunch. So again, we're just going to look through every character's skin at the moment, just see how many they are given throughout the whole game at the moment, but then also see how many did they get throughout Season 3 at the moment. So with that, let's start off with Agent Smith. With Agent Smith, he currently has 7 costumes currently available at the game at the moment. His first main one is the Matrix Code Agent Smith, which this is the first unique case with his costume, where this costume was given out during Season 1 when he could only be, was at first, he could only be unlocked by completing the Rifts teamed event all around him, that you needed about 20 points from defeating bosses during Season 1's Rifts to get the character. But then there was some extra rewards, including this skin, which required up to 30 bosses to be defeated to unlock. And in this case, it counts as a first skin where it's under the exclusive variant banner, where it is only available for an extremely limited time or unlocked by a very limited way. And in this case with Agent Smith, this is the first case of that, where you could only complete the Rifts teamed event back in Season 1 to get this skin. Though, with the game confirming that the exclusive costumes can be brought back randomly throughout the future, I'm hopeful that maybe some players might be able to get this costume for that way if he's ever brought back. Uh, Otherwise, this is the only, like, the rarest costume for Agent Smith at the moment during Multiverses. And again, it's just him with the Matrix coding, text going down his body, with him being more greenish. Um, so yeah, I don't know when the future of this costume is going to be brought back for Multiverses, but for now, if you manage to get this costume back in Season 1, you're one of the very lucky players to do so. But everything else with Agent Smith can be bought with Gleamium, like this one, the Cyber Smith Agent Smith, which gives him a more cyber robotic skin all over his body, like with his hand and his face. This one only costs 800 Gleamium to purchase, so it's probably the most expensive costume Agent Smith has in the game at the moment. But it's probably like the only one that is probably from the movies, I think. I don't watch The Matrix, so I don't know if this actually is a look he gains at any point throughout the films, but it's the only one I can think of. because all the rest of them are all uncommons, and they all cost 500 Gleamium. But the thing is, they all have a theme going that a lot of characters share during out an event, such as this one, the Afterlife skin, which was included when a Beetlejuice was added to MultiVersus back in Season 2 in the mid-season patch. So he just changes his appearance a bit. We get the Batman 85 Anniversary Agent Smith, which changes things up by giving his shirt a yellow change and him wearing a Batman mask in the eyes. This is the only costume that was added for Agent Smith during out Season 3 at the moment, Then we get the Circuit Drone Agent Smith, which I believe started during I think within the first week or so of Season 2. I can't recall when exactly, but this is a Season 2 skin, so it just gives him a more Circuit Drone-y look here with him. We get a Shark Hat Agent Smith, which just gives him a simple shark hat on his head. And finally with the Tuniverse variant, which gives him a cel-shaded, look, which personally for me, I never liked any of these Tuniverse skins, to be honest. But yeah, that's all of Agent Smith's current skins, with the only one he got during out Season 3 was this one, the Batman 85 themed skin. So at least Agent Smith still got something during out Season 3, but he's didn't get that much in comparison to some other characters who I'll get into later. Next up is Arya, who has up to 11 different costumes available, with the one legendary that she does have being Slicer Arya. This was a part of the Cyberpunk event back in Season 2, and, well, let's just say you'll probably never see Arya looking like this in Game of Thrones. But it's, this is probably the most expensive costume Arya has. But I still think it's a cool looking costume for Arya. I think it's still a very cool looking costume for her. Really gives the cyberpunk theme with this character. But then we get her epics, which are the Seven Kingdoms Team Fencer Arya, which, with my lack of knowledge of Game of Thrones, I could have sworn this was from the show. Like, this wouldn't look far off from, maybe give it a bit more of a fantasy look, medieval look, and you would have had this on the show, probably. But it still fits with Arya, she has the sword, it fits her character well. I think this was a part of the Season 2 launch, I think? So this was a part of when Season 2 just launched, so it was cool to have this costume for Arya. Then we get the Summer Vacay Arya, which, you'll never see this one on the show, as it gives her just a simple summer-themed outfit to wear. Again, so it actually does change some stuff, like her sword is more of an inflatable sword, instead of, her standard actual sword, so it does add some differences to Arya, visually, but it still looks cool. It's funny to think that this is probably the most light-hearted skin probably added to Arya in MultiVersus, so yeah, at least that's for her epics. Her wares, this one is Arya, I think that's how you pronounce it. I believe this is actually from the show. Don't tell me where it's actually from, what episode she gets this look from, but I do believe this is in the show. So this was a part of the battle pass for Season 3, so probably with Season 4 players will be able to buy it if they miss it with Galenium. So changes things up, it's just mainly in the hair and the clothes. Then we get the Ugly Sweater Arya, which gives off a Christmas themed outfit, which was a part of the Christmas of 2022 event back in the open beta. So it does change some stuff up, like now she has a wolves themed jumper to wear, or sweater in this case. I say jumper for Ireland, it's sweater for the US. And she has some dog, a wolf themed slippers as well. It's a funny looking costume for Arya too. It still fits with her with the whole wolves thing, so it fits with her too. Next up, you have Water Dancer. Again, I don't know which episode this is from, but this is from the show. still cool to have some references to the show in here, especially considering the nature of Game of Thrones. I'm kind of still surprised she's able to be in here alongside with all the kid-friendly franchises, but that's, I guess, the freedom of Warner Brothers, I guess. She also has her Batman 85 themed costume as well, so she changes her suit to be more blackish and yellow while having her Batman mask too. But Arya also comes with the Friday the 13th Arya, having her wearing Jason's hockey mask, and out of this skin kind of sucks because it's just the hockey mask and that's it. But only three other characters in the roster has these type of skins, and is only used during out the rifts back in season 1. So it's still, for 500, if you really like Arya, then buy this costume. But otherwise, I recommend saving, spending that 500 Galenium on something else. We get her Matrix coding costume, which again, in comparison to Agent Smith, a lot of other characters were generally had their Matrix code costumes be bought with Galenium. So it went down to being uncommon compared to Agent Smith's Matrix code costume. We get her Shark Hat variant, and we get her Tuniverse variant. So that's it with Arya. During release for season 3, she got two brand new costumes with the Arya, and the Batman 85 theme costume. So she definitely got a little bit more than Agent Smith, but some characters definitely got a lot more than her, but she still got a decent amount of new additions during season 3 of MultiVersus. Next up is Banana Guard, who has up to 8 costumes included during out the game at the moment. We have his bandaged Banana Guard, having him just all bruised up, probably from everyone else beating the shit out of him, basically. 800 Galenium, the bruises and all that stuff do add a little bit to Banana Guard, I guess. We get Lady Banana Guard, who is simply just, besides the different helmet, the real big difference here is just, well, tits. That's like legit the only main major difference between the normal Banana Guard is just the helmet and the tits. I know this costume was given out for free if you join the daily login calendar. So I know Banana Guard was for free, and you get this costume for him for free later. But with the recent changes coming up into the fighter world and stuff with some changes with how you unlock characters during season 4 now, I don't know if this costume will be available to be purchased with Galenium afterwards. Because I think there is now an option to actually get Banana Guard again for free now and get his costume if you play MultiVersus, but I say it might be a bit too late now, but still, it's a free costume for Banana Guard, and I'm sure some people are excited to see a banana tit, so that's just how it is. But we also have him dressing up as Marvin the Martian, which was a part of the Halloween event, which is still currently ongoing. So it's cool to see him, it's funny to have him dressing up as Marvin the Martian, and, how big he is out of all characters. Probably, I say out of all the costumes with Banana Guard, this is might be my favorite, because obviously I love Marvin the Martian. And it's funny to have Banana Guard looking like Marvin, essentially. So that looks cool. But next up, we also get his Batman 85 themed costume, where it does change his hair to be black, as well as his spear and his legs. And of course, he gets the Batman mask too. We get this Circuit Drone themed costume as well, so, technically out of Banana Guard, out of all the characters, his uncommon's probably the best, because at least, because of how simplistic Banana Guard is, the design, the little changes to his design make him stand out as a result. Like with this costume and the next one, his Matrix Code costume. They're very simplistic with Banana Guard, but they do work because of how simplistic he is. We get his Shark Hat, which I'll argue is probably the funniest looking Shark Hat variant, because of how big the shark is to fit Banana Guard's head. It looks like he's actually eating Banana Guard. It looks funny. we get his Tooniverse variant, which I'd say is the worst one because of how simplistic Banana Guard is, personally. But that's at least for Banana Guard. During season 2, I mean season 3. With season 3, he got 2 new costumes with the Marvin the Martian and Batman 85 theme costume. So he did get something throughout the season as well. So at least there's that for Banana Guard. Next up is Batman, who has up to 13 costumes, and probably the one that costs a lot of money. His main one is the exclusive outfit that he dresses up as Bruce Wayne. Currently at the moment, this costume is only available with the exclusive tag, so again, it's only available at this moment during the Halloween event, because after this costume will disappear unless they decide to bring it back for special occasions. In this occasion, though, it actually has a big difference where you're actually playing as Bruce Wayne and not, Batman. We actually get to see Bruce Wayne fighting instead with his jacket being Batman's cape. He actually does have some differences, like instead of batarangs, he does throw just playing out money towards people instead. And of course, the big difference is that you get to hear Kevin Conroy's last performance as Bruce Wayne, who makes it very clear how different Bruce, and Batman sound. Whereas Bruce is a lot more calm, a little bit more open. He sounds a lot more open and cheerful, whereas Batman is more, gloom and gloomy. He's more gloom and gloomy than before. So it's still cool to hear the last take of Kevin Conroy's Bruce Wayne since of his unfortunate passing. So this skin, I know some people might be frustrated with how the costume works, or at least in terms of how you get the costume with the Halloween event. But from my perspective, I still think it's a sweet costume. Visually it looks cool to have Bruce Wayne instead of Batman, and to have Kevin Conroy's final performance as Bruce Wayne alongside with Batman. It's like a bittersweet moment, But we also do get his legendaries, which has him in the 1989 suit from the two live-action films from Tim Burton and Michael Keaton. It looks like how he looked in the film, so at least it just focuses on the original film and not Returns or any of the Joel Schumacher films. No voice change, which I'll explain with other characters, but currently for Batman, beyond Bruce Wayne, all Batman's legendaries don't change his voice whatsoever. So you don't get a Michael Keaton impersonator voicing Batman in this game with this version of Batman. But still, it looks a cool, design using the film in MultiVersus, so that was cool. We can also get Samurai Batman, which of course has him dressing up as a samurai. I don't know if any of those direct-to-DVD anime films have this exact design, or if they just take some creative liberties with the idea. But it still looks pretty cool to have Batman as a samurai. And of course, we knew we had to get a animated series version of Batman. So, I mean, I kind of think the normal design of Batman already looks kind of similar to somewhat like how he is in the animated series, but this one just goes full one-to-one on the design. So I know some players will probably still be happy to get a more, the classic Batman that a lot of people probably grew up watching. We get the Dark Knight. Next up, we get the Dark Knight Death Metal Batman, which has him in a more death metal themed outfit. This costume is a bit different, where this costume can only be available by the Prestige store, so you do need about 75k to buy this costume for Batman. Luckily for some players, the new upcoming arena mode for Season 4 is going to give off Prestige points, so it might be a bit easier to get this costume than simply buying everything else in the game to get this costume, because that's how the Prestige store points work in this game. Has a cool looking outfit for Batman, and his only legendary, his only an epic variant in MultiVersus. Next up is the Night to Remember Batman, which was the Valentine's event of 2023 back in the open beta, which was like the last major event the game had before ending the open beta. So it changes Batman up a bit to have this purple and pink uh attire instead. So it looks alright. We get his ugly Christmas sweater variant as well, where it has the Batmobile on his sweater and he has some reindeer earmuffs on. It's there for the cheap outfits for Batman. If you don't want to spend like $20 for the legendary costumes for Batman, these kind of work with giving him some appearance, some changes, but not costing you too much money. We also get his Circuit Drone costume from Season 2. We get the Gotham Guardian t-shirt, which has him just basically wearing a t-shirt with a graffiti version of his symbol on it. This costume, like with the Friday the 13th Aria skin, this only certain characters can wear, and it is shit. Like, the most you use this for is the Rift mode, and that's about it. Yeah, unless you love playing Batman, I would not recommend you buying this skin for him, unless you want to for the Rift mode, I guess. We get his hypergalactic puppet Batman, which has him, of course, being a galaxy, themed outfit here, so it looks really cool. We get his Matrix coding costume as well. We get a shark hat, a costume for him too. And finally, we get his Tuniverse variant, which kind of looks like the most you can get, looking like the animated series version of Batman without spending $20. So yeah, that's at least for Batman's costumes during Season 3. At least with Batman, he got 3 costumes added during the season, with Bruce Wayne, the Batman 85 themed, his Batman themed costume from the movie, which is part of the Batman 85 event, so he got at least that too, and his hypergalactic puppet skin. So Batman got at least 3 major costumes during Season 3, so he got a lot of love at the moment from the game. Next up is Beetlejuice, who only has 4 costumes available. Outside the newer characters with the Powerpuff Girls and Nebula, he probably has the least amount of costumes added during MultiVersus at the moment. So he only has these 4. With the main one being his legendary with the Mandrador Beetlejuice, which I believe is actually from the sequel, Beetlejuice. So it was cool to actually have some bits from the upcoming sequel kind of added to MultiVersus before the film itself actually came out. So it was cool to actually see them use bits from the film before it came out. We also get his Batman 85 themed costume as well, changing his suit to be a bit more on the black and gray side, giving him his yellow shirt underneath, and he also gets his Batman themed mask as well. We get his Cyberdrome team costume too, back from Season 2, giving him that effect and changing things like his hair to purple instead of green. And we also get the Day of the Dead themed event costume for him, which does change him up a bit to have a bit more of the Day of the Dead aesthetic to things, to his look, as well giving him a bit of a fiery hair as well. So yeah, that's at least Beetlejuice's outfits. Again, Beetlejuice is getting there, because he got 2 costumes added during Season 2, with the Batman 85 theme costume and his Day in the Dead costume. So Beetlejuice is getting there in terms of costumes, but still, he has a long way to go compared to everyone else in the game that isn't introduced in Season 3. Next up is Black Adam. Who has 11 costumes as well added, with his legendary being the Man in Black, or basically The Rock. that's basically the main thing you can just give away with this costume. It's just The Rock, just added to MultiVersus. Obviously, this is based off the former DCU film where The Rock played Black Adam and tried to make him more of a hero than a villain. From what I heard, like even the tag here, like Black Adam's normal tag has him as a villainous here. But then here comes this costume where he's heroic instead. I guess The Rock really does not like playing villains. At least nowadays. Again, this costume is different because it actually does visually like change him as well, but also voice wise. Like we do have a Rock impersonator doing the voice of Black Adam with the skin that sounds different from Black Adam normally. So that's like the big main difference between this costume and Black Adam normally. But you also get the Justice Lord Black Adam, which does give him the heroic tag instead of the villainous tag. But it's also just Black Adam normal, just that his clothes are white instead of black. That's the only real like major difference. But at least this was a part of the season 3 battle pass, so it didn't cost me money to get this costume. We also get the comic classic Black Adam, simply just having the character from the comics back within the early years of the character's existence in the comics. So, that's cool to actually have some like representation from the comics back then. We get the Heart of Karnala Black Adam, like with Batman. He too comes with a Valentine's theme costume from 2023, so there's that. We get Tittered Adam, which I believe some people stated this is used within the origin of Black Adam, but from my personal opinion, it's just Black Adam's summer outfit. That's basically the main gist of this costume for me. We get his Afterlife themed costume as well from Season 2, having his Beetlejuice look. We get also his Day in the Dead costume as well, so it, at least compared to Beetlejuice, it's a little bit more visually apparent. He also get his Friday the 13th mask too, like with Arya, so it just has him wearing Jason's mask, and while at least compared to Arya, at least Black Adam's one can clearly show his facial expressions do change with the mask too. But still, it's not a great costume for any character, no matter what. We also get his Matrix Coding Team outfit as well. We get his Shark Cat variant, and finally his Tuna-Fuss variant. So at least from Season 3, he got 2 brand new costumes during the season, with the Justice Lord outfit and his Day in the Dead costume. So at least Black Adam got something during out the season. Next up is Bugs Bunny, who, well, he definitely has a lot with 15 costumes, so he's definitely going to be a bit expensive for players. The first one of his epic variants is the Bonhana Bugs, or the What's Opera Duck costume he wore from that Pacific Shore of the Looney Tunes. I believe this was added during the open beta season 1, I believe. Like, this was the final prize of the battle pass. So, people have had to pay for it, whereas I got it, for free. So, that's cool, at least. Next up is Hollywood Bugs, who just simply wears one of these like dressing gowns type of outfits, with sunglasses. Having that traditional Hollywood relaxing look to his appearance. I believe some of the Looney Tunes compilation films had this look for Bugs Bunny, so that's probably where the influences come from. Then we also get Maestro Bugs, of course, having based on the short as well, where he faced against the one singer who kept bothering him, and he ends up killing that singer by constantly laying his hands up in the air. I think, or am I mistaken? This is the one with the mouse. The famous controversy between the Tom and Jerry short, where both MGM and Warner Brothers think the others were ripping off the other. Because I think this had Bugs playing the song too, but the mouse kept interrupting him playing the song, and it didn't felt as right with Bugs compared to Jerry doing it with Tom. Mistaken either way. But still, it's a cool looking costume for Bugs Bunny nevertheless. Then we get Superman Bugs Bunny, which Bo is actually been from multiple Looney Tunes stuff. Like, there has been a Looney Tunes short where he parodies Superman back then. But later, stuff like the Looney Tunes show did a full, like, Superman parody with Bugs Bunny. So, obviously, having him dressed up as Superman here makes sense. We have the Unmentionable Bugs, which has him wearing a little suit and a little fedora hat that can manage to fit his big rabbit ears. I believe this was added during Season 2 in the Battle Pass, so, players have to buy it now. We have This Is It Bugs Bunny, having him in a bit more of a showbiz type of outfit, which I don't know if this is directly based off any of the Looney Tunes shorts, but it does give him that show business, acting look that some of the Looney Tunes stuff does do. So, it's a good looking costume for Bugs. We also get his Toon Squad outfits from the two Space Jam films, with this one being the 96 version of the Toon Squad, while also having the 2021 version of the Toon Squad here too. So, fans of Space Jam can be happy to see some representation of Space Jam in the game. Then we go for the Afterlife Bugs Bunny, of course, having the Beetlejuice theme. I'm going with him too. We have his Circuit Drone costume, a Clown Squad Bugs Bunny, which is basically the exact same thing as the Gotham Guardian T-shirt variant for Batman, but this time they have characters dressing up for the Joker instead. So this is Bugs Bunny's one. It's still shit, but I think the Joker one has at least a little bit more effort put into it compared to Batman's. We have Bugs Bunny's Day in the Dead appearance as well, so there is that. We have his Matrix Coding Team outfit, his Shark Hat variant, and finally his Tooniverse variant. So, at least from Season 3, Bugs got 2 new costumes added during the season with Superman Bugs and his Day in the Dead appearance. So, Bugs still got something churning out the season, just not as much compared to the others, but let's be real, with the amount of costumes he does have, I don't think Bugs Bunny is running out of different looks anytime soon. Next up is Finn, who also has 13 costumes as well, with his legendary being Fern. Fern kind of does something with the Men in Black thing for Black Adam, where different characters from the show is given the certain character's moveset. So in this case, Fern is given Finn's moveset with brand new dialogue and new animations in general to fit Fern instead of Finn. I still think that's a cool idea to have as skins for MultiVersus. So definitely having Fern here works. I'm hopeful to see Fiona down the line with Finn's costumes too, but Fern still good, obviously picking the character that fans do like and giving Finn's moveset. We have a baseball Finn outfit, which the only real major differences beyond wearing a baseball themed outfit is that we do change his Finn's sword with a baseball bat instead, and I believe his robotic hand is there too, I think, at least in terms of the one on the left anyway. I could be mistaken. It could be just a regular glove. I think it's just his hand that got cut off in the show. So, yeah, I think it could be his metal hand from the show later on during the series. So it's still cool to have that for Finn. We have a Doctor's Team outfit for Finn here too. I bet this is from the show directly. It's more of a meh costume personally, for my opinion, but it still looks alright. It's still a Finn costume nevertheless. Then we have a Prince Hot Rod outfit for Finn. I believe this was added during the Battle Pass of Season 2. Still looks cool. He has Finn in a suit and wearing a fox-themed mask over his head. I think that's at least it. So, it's still a good-looking costume for Finn. Next up is the snowsuit Finn, which I can't tell how it is nowadays. But back when the game relaunched, this was basically given out to players who played the open beta at all, during the open beta's lifespan. So any player from the open beta got this costume for free. As I'm not sure if you have to buy this costume for Finn afterwards. I'd say more likely that's the case because it would have been under the exclusive uh, tag instead. But still, it's a good looking costume. It gives Finn a suit, a snow themed one, and does change his sword. So that's like the big difference. We also get his ugly Christmas sweater too, much like with Arya and Batman. Though Finn's one is actually from the show, so that at least makes it a little bit different from Arya's and Batman's, where they just got to take the characters' traits and put them into the sweater instead. Next up, we have Batman 85 themed outfit with Finn. Obviously having his mask be yellow and giving his outfit a black appearance throughout. We get the circuit drone Finn. Looks cool. It even has the changes towards the sword as well. We have the Day in the Dead outfit for Finn as well, having his hair on fire, which I would have been interested to see him taking the hat off to have this massive, fiery green hair all over the place. That would have been interesting to see for this game. We get his Matrix Code outfit as well. But Finn also is one of the few characters that has a uncommon skin that isn't event themed, or at least has a theme going on like the others. Whereas this one just has Finn wearing his pajamas, which has been seen in the show countless times. So it is cool to have this as an uncommon variant. I believe this actually was an closed alpha skin, I believe, for Finn, I think. 'Cause I think that was what it was back then. So it was one of the few, variants that, carried over from the closed alpha, I believe. So that was cool. We get his Shark Hat variant as well. And finally, his Tuniverse variant. So at least for Season 3, Finn only had two brand new costumes added for the Batman 85 themed outfit and his Day in the Dead outfit. So Finn at least got something throughout the season. Not that many, but he still got something throughout the season. Next up is Garnet, who has up to 13 costumes as well, with her main one being the Reunited Garnet. Basically, the Garnet, the wedding from the wedding episode of the series, one of the final season of the show, when you had Ruby and Sapphire officially being a married couple and fusing back as Garnet as a result. It's the only epic variant costume for Garnet, but it's still a good-looking costume for her too. We have the Beach Party Garnet, which I believe players can buy now, but back then this was given out as a prize within the Twitch drop for the game's relaunch. I think I can't recall exactly when it was, but it was during Season 1, so some players were able to get this for free, including myself. I think players should be able to buy it nowadays. We get the Buddy Book Garnet, which I think was the first prize of season 2, I think. It was fairly early when in the season that you get this costume for a Garnet. So, it looks cool on her. We get the first Fusion Garnet, which was there from the open beta, and the real big difference between here is that you can actually get to see Garnet's eyes throughout this skin, whereas all the others had the headpiece blocking it. So you actually do get to see Garnet's eyes throughout the fight, compared to all the other skins with the characters. So that's the big cool thing about this skin. Next up is the Flashback Garnet, who I don't know, this one's kind of on the mid side. I know the show has used this costume, like, obviously, in flashback episodes, showing Steven as a baby and how the crystal gems kind of struggle with this plot. But when you put it into multiverses, it's kind of a meh skin, to be honest. Not great, not awful either, but very much in the middle of the road. We then have Training Garnet, which was a part of Season 3's Battle Pass, so at least this one does a little bit more. You know, just having the clothes as like a belt, and having just Garnet wearing a tank top shirt instead. So, you know, that's a good looking costume. Then we get her Valentine's theme costume too, with the kinda true love Garnet. Obviously, I think out of all the characters, Garnet kind of fit this one the most out of all characters. So it's cool to have this costume for her too. We then get her Circuit Drone team outfit. She also comes with a Clown Squad t-shirt like with Bugs Bunny. I don't know why Garnet would wear it, but she does in this game. Then we have the Hypergalactic Puppet variant for Garnet. You'll get her Matrix Code outfit, her Shark Hat variant, and finally her Tuniverse variant. So Garnet got at least 2 new costumes with the training outfit and the Hypergalactic Puppet. So at least she still got something throughout the season as well. You know, she's still doing alright without it, but, you know, she at least still got something during the season. Anyways. Next up is Gizmo, who has up to 9 costumes up and running here. We have Combat Gizmo, which is directly from the second Gremlins movie, A New Batch, as he was fighting all the Gremlins in the ending of the film. So, you know, it's a cool, you know, obviously it fits with Gizmo and it's taken from the films, so it's cool to have. Then we have a Merry Mogwai Gizmo, which has a Merry Christmas hat, as well as Christmas lights all over his body. You know, it's a cute little costume for Gizmo. I'd say it could have been a little bit cheaper, but, you know, it is what it is. Then we have a biker themed outfit for Gizmo. You know, simple, you know, straight to the point. It's a biker outfit for the character. It looks cute. Then we get his Circuit Drone costume that was added back in Season 2. We get his Day in the Dead appearance as well. We get a Hypergalactic Puppet variant for him too. Then we get his Matrix Code costume. We can also get his Shark Hat variant. And finally, his Tuniverse variant. So again, Gizmo also got 2 costumes during the season with the Day in the Dead appearance and the Hypergalactic Puppet variant. You know, he still got something throughout the season anyway, and he's kind of building up a small bit in terms of costumes. So, you know, that's it for the Gizmo. Harley Quinn's next, and man, you know, she has a lot of costumes. She has about, I think, just trying to count from here alone, I think she has up to 16 costumes at the moment. With much like with Batman, with Bruce Wayne, Harley also has a Halloween costume that is under the exclusive banner, so this is only here for a limited time, and that is the Dr. Quinzel outfit. Harley Quinn before she fell in love with the Joker, who does have some different dialogue, with Tara Strong having a more calm performance as Harley Quinn compared to her normal self. And that's even to say that Tara Strong is also a bitch, so kind of fits. You know, it's a cool looking outfit. This has been something that's been teased since of Joker's gameplay video, like, months ago. So to actually finally have the skin now is cool. The method might be a bit weird for some, but for what it's worth, I think it's still one of the better looking costumes for the game. We get the Beach Bash Harley Quinn outfit. You know, this is from Season 1, where she has her beach outfit. Much like with the Batman Death Heavy Metal costume, this version of Harley Quinn's outfit can only be bought from the Prestige store. So you do need to grind up on the Prestige store. But she does have a variant as well of this with the 4th of July theme, where now it plays all the black and all the black of it, with the blues and whites of America. So it's like an alternative. If you want that costume but don't have the Gleamium, you can just buy this costume for the character instead. Uh, that's kind of really about it there in terms of this costume. Then we get the Hack and Smash Harley Quinn, of course, giving her cyberpunk themed outfit back from season 2. So cool change with the hammer and the having the cyberpunk themed look for Harley as well. So it looks like that's a cool costume for the character. Obviously, we couldn't go with Harley Quinn without the traditional animated series version, the classic look with the Mad Love Harley Quinn. Obviously, it would have felt right to have MultiVersus without this skin for the character, so obviously, it's deserved to have this placement here. Then we have the Earth Zero Harley Quinn. Now, I don't know much about the context of this version of Harley Quinn, but I like this version of the character. Changes things like the hair, obviously, they're having the shortcut thing with the red and black instead. Having the outfit also change a bit, still having that Jester look to her from the Mad Love design, but changing it a little bit, having this hoodie-like appearance. So, I think it's a cool looking costume for Harley. Then we get the Love Rave Harley, having her Valentine's themed appearance, which I'd still say out of all the Valentine's costumes, I think Harley and Garnet fits the best in terms of their character design. It looks really cool. Then next up is the Task Force X Harley Quinn, or as I'd like to call it, the Suicide Squad version of Harley Quinn. Just that they can't probably say suicide in this game. But that's basically what the costume is. It's just what Harley would look like from the Suicide Squad. So that's really about it with this version. Next up is the Afterlife outfit for Harley Quinn, now changing her up to have a bit more of a purple and greenish look instead of all the reds and blacks. I actually like this skin a lot. It really kind of works with Harley's design, personally. That's about it. We get her Clown Squad variant as well, like with Bergs and Garnet. I'd say Harley fits a little bit better compared to Bergs and Garnet, obviously with Harley Quinn. Still not the greatest costume though, but arguably I say it fits Harley Quinn a bit more than the other characters who are given the Clown Squad variant. Then we get her Day of the Dead appearance, so that looks cool. She also, like Black Adam and Arya, comes with the Friday the 13th theme mask, which I argue is the best one out of the lot, but it's still not great. I'd say it fits a little bit better for Harley, given how she's already insane and has killed people. But still, the costume itself is still not great, personally. Then we get her Hypergalactic Puppet variant, her Matrix Coding costume, her Shark Hat variant, and finally the Tooniverse variant. So for Harley Quinn, she got 3 costumes added during the season, with Dr. Quinzel, the Day in the Dead costume, and the Hypergalactic Puppet. So Harley is still given a lot of love from MultiVersus. With the amount of skins that she has, she's already doing well without it, but it's just showing more love for the character, I guess. Next up is the Iron Giant, who technically has 9 costumes, though he's one of the few characters that has a more default costume with the classic Iron Giant, where he doesn't have the S on his chest here. That's the big difference between the two. So Iron Giant's, one of the rare characters who has a more default appearance skin straight away. But he still has a lot in terms of the alternate costumes, like him dressing up as Frankenstein, which was part of the Halloween event back in 2022. So it's cool to have this costume back as well for certain players, and given the boost churn out this event as well, so it helps for Iron Giant players. And I still think it looks cool to actually have the Iron Giant look like Frankenstein's monster. Then we have each Iron Giant, of course him just wearing a bunch of summer themed outfits. It's cute to see the Iron Giant like this, to be honest. Then we get his Afterlife themed outfit here too. So zoop. So obviously he's given the Beetlejuice paint here. Then we get his Batman 85 themed outfit as well, changing him up to have a little bit more of a yellow across his body and a bit more black as well. Then we get his Hypergalactic Puppet variant as well. We get his Matrix Coding outfit, his Short Cat variant, and finally his Tuniverse variant. At least from Season 3, Iron Giant was given 2 new costumes with the Batman 85 and the Hypergalactic Puppet skin, so we got a little bit more. I know there's still a costume of the character coming out, which I'll probably say may come out in Season 4. I don't know when it'll exactly come out, but I do know the Iron Giant has another skin coming to MultiVersus, so we'll find out when that drops suddenly. Next up is Jake the dog, who has up to 11 costumes available. Much like with Finn and Fern, one of Jake's costumes is just the gender-bent version of himself, as well as a feline change, Cake the cat. Having her original voice actress return to voice the character in the game. So, it does, it's one of Jake's better costumes, being a different character from the show, makes sense. But we also have Coleco Cat, which basically is like a variant of a variant, where instead it gives Cake a Halloween like paint job with a lot of browns and blacks over her body instead of the bright yellow and white looks that she normally has, and as well green eyes. Not much of a fan here, especially like considering how it's still a legendary costume and just getting Cake the Cat on her own would have been good, but I guess for the Halloween event, it just adds something for Jake to make it a bit easier for him. Then we get Jake Randy Butternubs, which likewise is from the Season 2 Battle Pass, so it's fun to have this costume as well alongside with Finn's. Still looks like, does the job. Then we get Jake the Star Child, which I know it's probably from the show, but man, this design looks creepy, to be frankly honest. Having Jake now also this blue glorp thing, as well with the 5 eyes, like, that looks kind of creepy to me. But still, it does well for Jake. Then we get Muddy Jake, which obviously, has him being muddy and having his hair being cut off from, below the waist onwards. But we still have like a little pink little hat on him. I know it's probably from the show, obviously. I don't know the context behind the skin, but it is from the show. Likewise, he too comes with an ugly Christmas sweater variant too, whereas his is also based on the show as well, where he has ducks on his Christmas sweater, I think. So, I know this is from the show as well. He also has his Afterlife themed outfit, probably one of the better looking ones, because at least he looks like he's actually clearly looking like he's wearing a suit, like with Agent Smith, compared to the other characters who have an Afterlife skin. We get a Batman 85 outfit where he's just simply wearing the mask. That's about it. Then we get his Matrix Coding Team outfit, his Shark Cat variant, and finally his Tuniverse variant. The only one which Jake added during Season 3 is the Batman 85 theme skin, so Jake still got something, much like with Agent Smith. But in comparison, I still say this is one of the weaker costumes to be added during out the game at the moment. Next up is Jason, who has up to 7 costumes available, with the main one being Uber Jason from Jason X. This was given out as the last prize of the Season 1 Battle Pass, and it's showing off that at least in terms of basing costumes from the Friday the 13th films, we're more likely going to get stuff that's from the Warner Brothers side of the franchise, from Jason Goes to Hell to the 2009 remake, because the first 8 films of the franchise are owned by Paramount Pictures, and I don't know if they'd be willing to give off the looks Jason has in those films to MultiVersus, but you never know. We'll never know exactly, so I think we'll find out down the line, but in terms of basing off something from the films, Jason at least has one of the more cool looks with Uber Jason. We also have the character dressing up as Finn the Human for the Halloween event, so it's a funny thought to see Adventure Time and Friday the 13th to be crossed over and having Jason as Finn out of all characters, especially just by the looks of him. He just looks like a big Hulk. But at least you can see all the scars on his hands. That's like the big thing with Jason. So yeah, that's a cool looking costume for Jason. We get his afterlife themed outfit as well. We get his Day in the Dead appearance with the hair going through the hockey mask with the fire and all. We get his hypergalactic puppet variant, his Matrix Code variant, and finally the Tuniverse variant. At least with Jason, he got a lot more during out this season, having 3 costumes, so they're showing a bit more love to Jason during out season 3, because he had about only 4 costumes, basically, so at least they're giving him a lot more this time during the season, with his Finn outfit, Day in the Dead costume, and his hypergalactic puppet variant. So at least Jake has been giving him a bit more love during season 3. Next up is LeBron James, who has up to 9 costumes added during out the game, with his main one being the Amazon Defense LeBron, which I believe was from Season 1's Battle Pass, I believe. This is from obviously from A New Legacy, when he's in the Wonder Woman world with Bugs Bunny and Lola. So we get to see that. Apologies for the cut there. MultiVersus decided to suddenly disconnect on me there for some reason. And then here goes another costume that's from the movie I'm Freaking Robin, with LeBron James dressing up as Robin. This is when they enter the DC world and try and get Daffy and Porky out of Metro City. I think that's what the Superman's home place is. His city is where he lives. I don't know. I don't watch much of Superman. So it's cool to have this costume for LeBron. Then we have the Sheriff LeBron. I believe this is from the movie, so that's just when he actually meets Bugs Bunny in a restaurant-themed place. And then finally we get Warm-Up LeBron, having him just wearing up a little warm-up hoodie and jean, little sweatpants to prepare the gang to actually play some baseball. At least in terms of all LeBron James's rare costumes, they're all directly from Space Jam and New Legacy, because everything else is not. We get his Batman 85 themed outfit as well. We get a Cyberdrone LeBron James costume too. We get his Circuit Drone costume. We get his Shark Hat variant. And finally his Tuniverse variant. So LeBron only got 1 new costume added during Season 3 with the Batman 85 themed outfit. So LeBron James still got something, but in comparison to other characters though, he didn't get much. He's like the same thing with I forgot the other character, but I know like with Agent Smith. So at least he got something to announce he got the exact same thing like with Agent Smith and Jake. He at least got 1 costume added during season 3. Next up is Marvin. I know you said LeBron again. Get out of my head, LeBron. We have Marvin, who has up to 11 costumes added during the game, with his main one being Commander X2, which is from the 2003 Looney Tunes show, Duck Dodgers. I actually am happy to see some representation to that show in MultiVersus, and I really like this version of Marvin, so it's cool to actually have some representation of the show after so long. We also get his Valentine's themed costume from 2023 with the Galactic Romance Marvin the Martian. It looks cool, he looks kind of cute for Marvin. Then we have a golfer Marvin the Martian, which I believe is also from the Duck Dodgers show, I think. He simply has just a golf hat and all the golf attire. One cool thing with this costume is that it does change the flag that Marvin uses during out the fight, where instead of Mars, it just simply changes to have a golf-themed flag instead. So that was cool to have. Next up is the Toon Squad of 96. So likewise with Bugs, he gets his Toon Squad variants, with this one being from the 86 film where he's the referee of the match. And then we get these as well. Then we get his regular Toon Squad of 2022 costume here as well. Though it's funny considering he never actually ended up wearing this costume in the movie because of all the rewrites and stuff, so it's funny to have it here, but still, it gives Marvin the Toon Squad variants. We then get his Afterlife themed outfit as well. His Circuitron outfit here too. Then we get his Hypergalactic Puppet variant as well here. His Matrix Code outfit, his Shark Hat variant, and finally his Tooniverse variant. So like LeBlanc, Marvin only got one new costume added to in Season 3, though in comparison to Agent Smith, Jake, and LeBlanc, Marvin only got the Hypergalactic Puppet variant added to in Season 3. So I'm hopeful to get a bit more with Marvin in the future, but still, for what it's worth, I think the Hypergalactic Puppet variant does look cool with Marvin, with even the eyes changing as well. Next up is Morty, who only has 8 costumes added during the game at the moment, with his legendary obviously of course being Evil Morty. Obviously a character who has appeared throughout the series at multiple points. So I think this form of Evil Morty is from Season 4 with the cape and the spear. Obviously the big thing is we get new dialogue with the evil version of Morty, this version of Morty instead, compared to the normal one, with the new actor who plays Morty now since of Season 7. So he gets to act more evil and more sinister compared to normal Morty, so that's cool to have. We didn't get the X-Icon Agent Morty, which was a part of the Cyberpunk event of Season 2, so this wouldn't look far off from what the actual Rick and Morty show would feature. So, I mean, if this was added later to Season 8 or 9 of the show, I don't think people would be surprised to see it happening. Then we get a Mech Suit Morty, which I believe is from Season 4 of the show. But also, much like with Batman and Harley Quinn, this outfit can only be bought during the Prestige store. So, I mean, no Gleamium-wise, but still a bit on the pain in the ass for those who want to get the Prestige points. Next up is President Morty, which basically is like a slightly cheaper version of Evil Morty, because that's what it is. I mean, now you have Morty with a little suit and tie on, and you got to have the Evil Morty dialogue included into this skin too, but you don't have the eye patch, and you have some other stuff that's still related to Evil Morty. Then we get his Circuitron outfit as well. We get his Matrix Coding outfit, his Shark Hat variant, and finally his Tooniverse variant. So while Morty still got a lot of cool costumes, he is one of the few characters in the game that actually did not get any new costumes throughout Season 3. So, yeah, kind of a weird thing for Morty to not have, but it is what it is. Morty didn't get any love during Season 3. Next up is Nebula, who may have only 2 skins at the moment, but I'm willing to let this one pass at the moment, because she, at this moment, is our newest character added to MultiVersus about a month ago, until Raven comes out in 2 days' time. So, I'm a bit more forgiving that she doesn't have as much variance at the moment, but the only ones she does have is the Future State Nebula, having her in this different outfit that looks more Wonder Woman-like. But then we also get her Hypergalactic Puppet variant. So, yeah, she may not have as much at the moment compared to, say, Beetlejuice. But I'm a bit more forgiving at the moment because she can still get more down the line, whereas Beetlejuice is still kind of slacking a bit in terms of costumes. But still, time will change on how that will go. Next up is Rain Dog, who, sweet Jesus, Flavorverse Games love this little guy, as just by the looks of this alone, he has up to, I'm just trying to count here alone, I'm just trying to even just count how many, I want to say he has up to 18 costumes added throughout the game at the moment. Two more than Harley Quinn did, by the way, so he definitely is well loved, or like has, I say five, I think it's five or four more than Bugs. But he has the Astral Pup, Rain Dog costume, which I got this from PlayStation Plus for free, so that was cool to have. Anyway, but still, people have to pay for this costume. Then we have the Battle Rain Dog, which has him in a battle suit, ready for battle, and as he's falling asleep there. Still cool looking outfit for Rain Dog. We get the Couchador Rain Dog, where he's wearing his Day in the Dead appearance. We then get Golden Rain Dog, which is basically the exact same as the Battle Rain Dog, just all in gold, and now his eyes are also pure gold too. Then we get the Mummy Rain Dog, which is a part of the Halloween event back in 2022. So Rain Dog has that. Then we get Tea Time Rain Dog, which was a part of the Battle Pass, I want to say back at the Open Beta. So he has a more Alice in Wonderland thing like the Mad Hatter appearance look here. But he also has a Chef Rain Dog, just simply him wearing a chef outfit. A Guardian Rain Dog, having him in a dragon outfit for the Chinese New Year back in the last year as well. We get a holiday-themed Rain Dog costume, which was given for free, I think, back then at the open beta, so at least this doesn't cost anything. Then we get the Megalodog outfit, which was a part of Season 1, so there's that. Then we get Tycoon Rain Dog, where he's just in a tycoon suit for some reason. Then we get his Afterlife costume for the Beetlejuice. His Batman 85 themed costume as well. A Circuit Drone outfit. His Hypergalactic Puppet variant. His Matrix Coding outfit. The Shark Hat outfit. And finally the Tooniverse variant. So much like before, Rain Dog still continues to get a lot of love as he gets 3 brand new costumes during the season, with the Couchador, the Batman 85 themed outfit, and finally his Hypergalactic Puppet variant. So Rain Dog, he still gets a lot of love, and he got enough of it as it is with the amount of outfits he has. But still, for the season, he still got a lot. Next up is Rick, who also, like Morty, has 8 skins, with his favorite one being the Icon Director Sanchez outfit. Again, this was added during Season 2, which was, both funny enough, both Rick and Morty's outfit actually costed the Cybucks. You actually could actually buy these skins by just playing the game, getting the Cybucks to get them. So, at least you didn't need Gleamium to actually buy these costumes, but that meant you really had to play the game a lot to get these costumes for Rick and Morty. We get Rick's mech suit, which, likewise with Morty's, you can only get through the Prestige store, so, again, buy stuff to get the Prestige points. Then we get Seal Tail Rick, which was a part of the open beta when he was released to an outfit, so that has some cool looks to him. Then we get to Rick Prime, which I've heard a lot of things. Now, I haven't really caught up with Rick and Morty in a while. Season 4 was probably like the last season I fully watched, or at least watched halfway through of. But I know that Rick Prime is basically another version of Rick, and is kind of like the main antagonist of Rick himself, where he's like the reason why Rick's the way he is. He killed his wife and the original version of Summer, I believe. And I know that during Season 4, they did kill him off, where he was trying to do something. Rick and Morty teamed up with Evil Morty. They do stop his plans, and Rick does kill Rick Prime. So it makes this decision with him being on the rare costume interesting because he's technically a different character, so should be given a higher uh, rating and be given brand new original voice lines with the new actor they got for Rick doing his voice instead, much like with Evil Morty. But no, this is just they're treating this like it was Rick on his own. Uh, Even now, like they changed his idle animation where he has his hands crossed in his pockets, and people are still kind of thinking, no, that's not in character for Rick Prime. So again, I don't know much beyond that. You know, I know he's a thing in the show. I know he dies in the most recent season, but after that, I don't know like much else beyond that. But we also get his Circuitron outfit as well, his Matrix Code outfit, his Shark Hat variant, and finally his Tuniverse variant. In comparison to Morty, at least Rick did get one new costume added to in Season 3 with Rick Prime, even with the controversies and nitpicking aside. That's at least one more that Rick had over Morty, so that's at least a big thing there. Next up is Samurai Jack, who's technically cheated like two parts here in terms of his costume amount. For the non-competitive players, Samurai Jack has only 5 costumes available, with the Lost Jack outfit, which was the last prize of Season 2, which I believe this is from the Season 5 premiere when he was in his, like, disguise? I don't know, what was it? I know at least it premiered in the first episode of Season 5, so the Adult Swim era of the show, so that much I know. Then we get the Righteous Warrior Samurai Jack, which is also from Season 5, where he has the beard. His sword is replaced with this big club stick instead. So, you know, based on the Adult Swim side of the series. Then we get his Afterlife themed outfit with the Beetlejuice look. His Hypergalactic Puppet variant. And finally, his Tuniverse variant. But again, that's for the non-competitive players, or new players in general, as Samurai Jack technically has 9 costumes, depending on how your ranking went. Truant Season 2's ranked, where depending on where you were ranked within the season, Season 2's ranked mode, you could have gotten 4 additional costumes with Samurai Jack as a result. Obviously with me, I didn't go far enough with the ranked mode for the last season. So for me, I only have 5 costumes with Samurai Jack. Though for some who did go far to the Master rank, or whatever the hell they call it, Samurai Jack does have at least 9 costumes at the moment. But again, since these costumes are only under the exclusive class, I don't think these skins will be included to be bought, you know, normally compared to every other skin in MultiVersus. Maybe down the line, like with Agent Smith's Matrix coding costume. But for now, again, non-competitive players, Samurai Jack has 5 costumes. Competitive players, he has 9. So that's the big major difference between the players who want to have fun with the game and the ones who just want to be the best of the best. Is Shaggy, who has up to 14 costumes added during the game, with his legendary being Uncle Shagworthy. Of course, being a different character within Scooby-Doo, so obviously he has his own brand new voice lines and stuff like that the normal Shaggy wouldn't have. So, you know, there's that for Shaggy. We get the Dimension of Love Shaggy having his Valentine's themed outfit as well. Funny enough, I don't get why this one was listed under an Epic. I think this one was given out for free. I think that's the big reason why it's under the Epic variant, where it was given out for free in the calendar back in the open beta, so that's probably why. We also get Kung Fu Shaggy, where Shaggy basically looks like Johnny Cage from Mortal Kombat. That's the big thing I can say with this costume. We also get his Matrix coding outfit. I don't know why this one was also listed under an Epic Rare variant, when it costed the same price as an uncommon with 500 Selenium, but whatever. Then we get his Mystery Incorporated outfit, which is from the 2010 show. I know this costume was also given out during the Twitch drops, during the Scoob October event back in October of this year. Unfortunately, if you didn't live in the US, you couldn't actually watch MultiVersus stream where they did a lot of the direct-to-DVD Scooby-Doo films. Instead, you just had to do like a normal Twitch drop where you had to watch your favorite streamer play MultiVersus for around 90 minutes to then get this costume. It should be able to be purchased soon enough now, but I was able to get this for free. Next up is Showdown Shaggy, where he's wearing a cowboy outfit. Probably based on something related to Scooby-Doo, like a direct-to-DVD film or one of the TV shows having a Western team episode. So at least there's that for Shaggy. Next up is Steven Universe Shaggy, where he dresses up as Steven Universe, having the shirt and his shorts and the flip-flops. It's cool, it's funny to think that we're combining Steven Universe with Shaggy out of all characters, but it is what it is with MultiVersus. Next up is the Ultra Warrior Shaggy. Since we just talked about him doing Mortal Kombat, this one looks like he's doing Street Fighter instead. Then we get his Afterlife themed outfit as well. We get his Batman 85 outfit here too, where originally he had a black shirt. Yeah, originally he had a black shirt alongside with a black short. Originally he had a black shirt with the black pants and shoes, but they patched it back to have it be yellow instead. So that's interesting. We get his Circuit Drone themed outfit here as well. His Hypergalactic Puppet variant. His Shark Hat variant, where for some reason he still wears like sunglasses over the shark hat. And finally, his Tooniverse variant. Shaggy, on the other hand, compared to some other characters, like with Batman probably, he had up to 4 costumes added during season 3, with the Mystery Incorporated outfit, the Steven Universe outfit, the Batman 85th variant, and finally his Hypergalactic Puppet variant. So Shaggy definitely got a lot of love during that season 4 with the amount of skins he got. Next up is Steven, who has up to 11 costumes. With his main one first is the Pink Diamond Steven from like the final few episodes of the original series. So, having Pink Diamond's outfit here with the character. We get Then we get Tiger Millionaire. I don't know exactly the context behind this costume, but it has Steven in a businessman tycoon looking outfit with a tiger nose. Again, I don't watch much of Steven Universe, so I don't know the context behind this skin. We do get a wedding Steven Universe outfit, which is from the same episode as Garnet's wedding dress, so that's easy enough to explain there. Then we get his Afterlife themed outfit as well. We get his Batman 85 themed costume, his Circuit Drone costume, and much like with Finn, he too comes with a non-themed costume that's uncommon with Coach Steven. So, at least Steven gets a slightly cheaper costume that isn't a recurring theme and is from the show. So that's cool for Steven. Then we get his Day in the Dead outfit here too. We get his Matrix Code outfit, his Shark Hat variant, and finally his Tooniverse variant. Steven got 2 costumes during the season with the Batman 85 and his Day in the Dead costume. So at least Steven got a little bit of attention during out the season here. Next up is Stripe, who also has only 8 costumes added in the moment. He also has a combat Stripe outfit like Gizmo, though he never ended up wearing this in any of the films. Still, it's fun to see him having a more destructive weaponry alongside him this time. He also comes with a biker Stripe outfit too, so funny enough, both Gizmo and Stripe kind of share the exact same costume design. He didn't have a Christmas themed outfit though. That's the only one thing that's missing with Stripe. We also get his Circuitron appearance, his Day in the Dead costume, his Hypergalactic Puppet variant, his Matrix Code outfit, his Shark Hat variant, and finally his Tooniverse variant. Stripe got some love during Season 3 as he got his Day in the Dead and Hypergalactic Puppet skin. So he got two brand new skins added during Season 3. So at least Stripe is getting a little bit more attention as a result because, you know, he had only up to 6 skins previously, if I say 5 skins previously. Some of those stats for Stripe. Next up is Superman, who definitely has a lot of costumes by the looks of this. Likewise with Batman and Harley, he too comes with his normal identity with Clark Kent. Though in comparison, he doesn't really fully commit because he still opens his shirt to have the Superman logo, just in case you forget that he's the Man of Steel. Still though, like with Harley Quinn, with Dr. Quinzel, and Bruce Wayne with Batman, we do get some brand new original voice lines that has him playing more of Clark Kent instead of Superman. Again, maybe the method is still a bit on the weird side of things, but it is what it is. So if you love Superman, get this costume as soon as you can. But otherwise, he does come with Black Lantern Superman, having, well, the Black Lantern ring instead corrupting him. And it does actually change, you know, he does have a new voice as a result of this, so, you know, new voice for this skin. We get the Anti-Life Superman, which likewise with Rick, Morty, Harley Quinn. This costume can only be bought through the Prestige store, so yeah, there's that for this version of Superman. We also get 1 million Superman, who's just in pure gold, and there is a voice effect for this costume too. That's about it in terms of this costume with Superman. Then we get the regenerated suit version of Superman, having him in a more dark and gray outfit and having a haircut and maybe a shave, I guess. At least there's this costume for Superman. I don't know where it's based off from, but that is what it is. Then we get the solar-powered man Superman, was having his cyberpunk themed outfit as well, so at least Superman had that. We get Love-Struck Superman, so again, he also gets a Valentine's themed outfit too back in the open beta. We get a Summer Break Superman, so obviously he gets a bit of a summer vacation outfit. Though, like with Harley Quinn, he too comes with a 4th of July themed outfit, changing it to have a bit more of the red and blue white all over him, which I guess fits Superman a bit more than Harley, but it does kind of feel a little bit weird to have this variant when the original Summer Break outfit was a part of the daily calendar back in the first season, as you know, till the end of the season basically, you could get this costume for him. So I don't really get why we got a 4th of July variant when Harley Quinn's was a little bit easier to figure out why they did that. We also get his ugly sweater variant too, though I wish they just kind of more committed to having him be a Santa themed costume instead, with the, you know, the beard and all that stuff, but it is what it is. We get his Afterlife themed outfit here too, his Day in the Dead outfit as well. He also comes with the Gotham Guardian t-shirt variant like with Batman. You know, you may lose the cape, but it's still not a great costume. We have the Matrix Code costume too, the Shark Hat variant, and finally the Tooniverse variant. So Superman at least got 2 brand new costumes during Season 3, with Clark Kent and the Day in the Dead outfit, so Superman got at least a little bit of attention during Season 3. Next up is Taz, who has only 10 costumes added during the point. He has his one epic variant being the Tasmanian She-Devil, Though, funny enough, this isn't actually, like, it's a different character from the show, from the Looney Tunes shorts. But there's no, like, alternate lines to make this actually the Tasmanian she-devil. Maybe that's the joke because all of the Tasmanians basically are the same, maybe in the Looney Tunes, but a little disappointing. But still, you have technically a different character, much like in the same thing with the Batman 85, 86, and 80, 89 costume too. We get a bellhop Taz, having him wearing a more hotel staff outfit here too, which I think is from Tasmania. I think the TV show. Could be 100% wrong here, but it does give Taz a hotel appearance, so there's that. And likewise with Bugs and Marvin, he too comes with the Toon Squad versions too, with this one being the 86 version, and he gets his 2021 version as well. He also comes with an Afterlife themed outfit as well. But also like with Finn and Steven, he too comes with one costume under the Uncommon brand that isn't themed, and that's this Beach Coma Taz, having a beach themed outfit for Taz. So plain and simple, but at least it does give the character a non-event themed skin for the Uncommon variants. But he also comes with a Circuitron outfit as well, his Matrix Code outfit, his Shark Hat variant, and finally the Tooniverse variant. So while Taz does have a lot of costumes, much like with Morty, he's one of the few characters that doesn't have a new skin added throughout Season 3. So Morty and Taz didn't really get that much love during Season 3. Though I know for certain Season 4 will give him more, because we already got a preview of one of his skins, so he'll get a lot more for Season 4 anyway. Next up is the Joker, who also has a lot of costumes. Probably out of all the post characters from the relaunch, he's probably the one that's gotten the most amount of costumes out of the new cast of characters we have gotten since of May. With his main one being the Batman Who Laughs. So likewise with Rick, Morty, Superman, Batman, and Harley Quinn, this costume can only be bought during the Prestige store, though in this case it's probably the most expensive outfit for a character, with this one costing 100k Prestige points. So this one definitely will cost you a lot. But at least this one's kind of cool because it does change the voice as well to actually have Roger Craig Smith doing the Joker instead of Mark Hamill. So that's cool to have. We also have the Justice League animated series version of the Joker, which is basically combining both the Batman animated series version of the Joker with the redesign of the character that was in like the new animated Batman Avengers or something along that line. The later seasons of the animated series, which was controversial. So stuff like Batman Beyond, the Return of the Joker, and the Justice League decided to combine the two designs together instead, which worked a little bit better. I still prefer the original Joker design, but this still works. Then we get the Killing Joke Joker, of course, having him in the outfit he wore before he shot Barbara that paralyzed her. So that's here too. The Dark Prince Charming. I don't know where this is from in terms of the DC Comics, but it looks different enough for the Joker, in terms of the hair looking a little bit more spikier and having the outfit, but yeah, that's about it for the Joker. Then we have his Afterlife, just changing his purple suit with the black and black stripy suit from Beetlejuice. Then we get his Circuitron appearance, too. Likewise, he also comes with a Clown Squad variant, like with Harley, Garnet, and Bugs. And again, kind of like with Harley, it fits a bit better with the Joker as a result, but it's still not a great costume, personally. Then we get his Day of the Dead outfit here, too. We get his Friday the 13th mask costume, too. So he's the final character, like with Arya Harley and Black Adam to get this, and like with Black Adam, at least he visually, is a bit more facial expressions on his mask, but it's still not a great costume. Then we get his Matrix Code outfit. Then we have his Shark Hat variant, and finally his Tuniverse variant. In terms of Season 3, he only got one new addition with his Day in the Dead costume, so he at least got something during the season, but not as much as the others have been given him. Next up is the Powerpuff Girls, who, much like with Samurai Jack, they can be different with how Season 4 is going to approach, because right now, for the non-competitive players, they have up to 4 skins. Well, the Rowdy Belt Boys, obviously changing the characters with the boys. So, of course, Walt Paulson and Roger L. Jackson do return as the boys. I couldn't tell you who was who, but I at least know, I think Walt Paulson returns for 2 of them, while Roger L. Jackson returns as 1 of them, because he's already in this game for Mojo Jojo, so it makes sense to have him as one of the other Rowdy Belt Boys. Then we get their diagonal suits. Then we get their Dynamo Suits outfit, which is when they were controlling the giant robot Powerpuff Girl. So that's cool to have from the show, from the original show as well. They get their Batman 85 themed costumes too, which is them wearing masks. So the exact same thing as Jake, but at least time you got the 3 girls all dressing up with the mask on. And then finally you get their Day in the Dead costume. Since the Powerpuff Girls are new as well to the game, obviously they're doing better as a result compared to Nebula and probably Beetlejuice already. But they still have a long way to go in terms of their costumes. But like with Samurai Jack, when Season 4 begins, depending on how you are in the ranked mode, you can potentially get 4 additional costumes for the girls when Season 4 launches. So for right now, the Powerpuff Girls do have 4 costumes for non-competitive players or new players, but for the competitive side, you can have up to 8 costumes with the girls. So yeah, that's at least that for the Powerpuff Girls. Next up is probably my mains, Tom and Jerry, who definitely have a lot of costumes as well with 15. Their main one, first off, is the Batman and the Joker Tom and Jerry, where you have Tom dressing up as Batman, and of course, Jerry as the Joker. This is such a cool costume, by the way. Like, it's a really cool costume for the 2 characters, personally. Then you have the TNG.exe, their cyberpunk themed outfit as well with the duo, so they look pretty cool. Then we get the Baker Street Tom and Jerry, which is basically based off the Tom and Jerry meet Sherlock Holmes direct-to-DVD film, so that's an interesting pull to get from these 2. Then we get Karate Chaos, which I believe is from the Team Ditch era of Tom and Jerry from MGM's shorts. The less popular era of Tom and Jerry shorts after the Hanna-Barbera era. Still though, it's cool to have a more karate-themed outfit for these 2. Then we get a seaside version with Tom and Jerry. I think but this has been shown in countless MGM shorts and probably the later TV shows. Still looks cool. Then we get their tennis outfit, basing off that, the one tennis-themed short from the MGM era. So that looks pretty cool for the 2. Then we get a vampire Tom and Jerry, very visually changing the 2 up, where Tom has purple eyes and a little bit of a hair going on there, and of course vampire rings. Jerry definitely gets the biggest transformation out of the 2, having more pointy ears and having his brown skin be more gray as a result. I believe this is actually from the 2014 show of Tom and Jerry, so it's kind of cool to have some of the later media for these 2 appearing. Then we get their Day in the... Then we'll think of that. I'm talking too much. And then we get their Afterlife theme costume for the Beetlejuice, having Tom be mostly in black while Jerry is mostly in purple. Then we get their Circuit Drone costume here too. Tom and Jerry also is like like with Steven, Finn, and Taz, have costumes that aren't directly themed on the events, and do have some skins that's from the source material. But they're the only ones that have two costumes that's uncommon, that isn't directly themed off something. And in this case, we have the detectives Tom and Jerry, which is also from the 2014 show. We get their Day and Dead costume here too. We get their Matrix coding outfit. We get Pirates for the two as well, which is based off the Shirley Timbers direct-to-DVD film. So again, it's cool to have the later era of Tom and Jerry being referenced in this game. We have the Shark Hat variants. And finally, we got the Tooniverse variants, which is the only variants I have bought for the Tooniverse, because Tom and Jerry is my main, and I am planning to get everything for these two. At least in terms of Season 3, Tom and Jerry has still got a lot of love, with 3 costumes with the Batman and the Joker, their Karate Chaos outfit, and their Day in the Dead outfit. So, these two still get a lot of love from MultiVersus. So, as a Tom and Jerry main, I appreciate the love. Basically. Next up though is Velma, who also has a lot of costumes like Tom and Jerry, with her main one being the Witch Velma, which was included in the Halloween event of 2022, where she simply wears a Halloween little witch outfit. I kind of jumbled my words there. Jumbled me words. Jumbled my words. So it's cool to have this costume for Velma. It's our only legendary though. We get Hawaii Velma, having her just doing the Hawaii dance as usual. So there's that for Velma. We get Astronaut Velma, which I believe is either from Mystery Incorporated or one of the direct-to-DVD films, I think. Probably Space Madness. I know there's something like that, but I think it's either from the later era of the Scooby-Doo TV shows or direct-to-DVD films. Then we get Beach Volleyball Velma. She has 2 summer-themed outfits. This one has a bit more of a cutesy look for the character. Then we get Imprint Velma, which I believe was a part of Season 2 of the Battle Pass, I believe. Just giving it that, Jungle Explorer appearance. Likewise with Shaggy, she too comes with a Mystery Incorporated design that's from the 2010 show, so that's cool to have. She too comes with an ugly Christmas She also comes with an ugly Christmas sweater variant too, so there's that for Velma. And this one probably just makes me laugh because they couldn't think of a pun name to give for Velma, so they just call it straight out Vala Neon Velma. It's just pure out. Yeah, so this is, of course, Velma's Valentine's themed outfit too. We get her Circuitron costume here too. We also get the last character for the Clown Squad variant. So I just don't know why Velma decided to join the Joker, but it is what it is. We get her Day in the Dead outfit here too. We get her Hypergalactic Puppet variant. Her Matrix coding outfit. Her Shark Hat variant. And finally the Tooniverse variant. So again, Velma definitely got a lot of love during Season 3 with the Mystery Incorporated version, the Day in the Dead outfit, and finally the Hypergalactic Puppet variant. So she definitely got a lot of love during Season 3 as well. And finally, we are on to Wonder Woman, who has up to 13 skins. Much like with Superman, she too comes with a Black Lantern version as well that has some brand new voice lines as a result. So again, as something for Wonder Woman. She also comes with the Wave Guardian Wonder Woman, which is a part of Season 1 with the summer event. Changing things up right now. Her shield is a lifeline, and she also has a more inflatable sword to use, like with Arya. We have I don't know how to pronounce the name of this, a quintessential Diana, where she is wearing a lot more of a battle-themed outfit here too, with a chainsaw. God damn, Wonder Woman, this one's going out for blood. Then we have the Wonder Woman 1984 outfit where she wore in the movie. So likewise with Rick, Morty, Joker, Batman, and Harley Quinn. This costume can only be bought during the Prestige store, so that's the only letdown for this costume. Then we have the Amparans Blessing Wonder Woman, of course her Valentine's themed costume as well. We have the Bloodlines Wonder Woman, which is probably based on the comics, or something like that. I don't know which ones this is based off from. We have her Batman 85 themed costume here too. We have her Circuit Drone costume. And she's the final character to have a Gotham Guardian themed t-shirt like with Batman and Superman. We have her Hypergalactic Puppet variant. We have her Matrix Coding costume. Her Shark Hat variant. And finally, her Tooniverse variant. So at least for Season 3, she also too got a lot of love too with the quintessential Diana, the Batman 85 themed costume, and finally the Hypergalactic Puppet variant. So that is it. That is all the characters' costumes during out Season 3 of MultiVersus. Obviously, the main winner in terms of costumes in general remains to be Rain Dog. This guy continues to get a lot of skins during the game. But in fairness, a few of the characters are getting close. Like, Harley Quinn isn't far off from getting, I think she's like 2 more. Like, she needs about 3 more costumes to get more than Rain Dog. Well, like I said, Tom and Jerry and Velma are both pretty neck and neck in terms of their costumes, too. Superman is also pretty close as well, like with Harley as well. Again, the big losers of Season 3 is definitely Taz and Morty. They absolutely got nothing during out the season. Now, I know Taz is definitely going to get something for Season 4, and I know the Joker is also definitely getting something for Season 4. I believe Superman is going to get another costume as well for Season 4. As far as I know, that's it for in terms of new costumes that we gotten from the footage of Season 4, like with the Raven gameplay video. So yeah, again, at least beyond Morty and Taz, every character in the game at least got something. Like Agent Smith got 1 new costume, Arya got 2, Banana Guard got 2. Batman, I want to say again, I think he had 3 or 4 new costumes added. I kind of lost track myself. I think it was 3. So Batman got 3. Beetlejuice got 2. Black Adam also got 2. Bugs got 2 as well. Jason's been building up a bit with 3 brand new costumes as well. Jake got 1. Iron Giant at least is getting up with 2. Harley, of course, she has about like I think 3 to 4 added. Gizmo's getting up with 2. Garnet also going up with I think 2 new costumes she got during the season. Same with Finn. LeBron James only got 1. Same goes with Marvin. Nebula, because she's new, she only has 2 at the moment, but I'd say Season 4 onwards will still give her something new. Rick got 1, Samurai Jack got 1. The Powerpuff Girls, also because they're new, still have a long way to go, but at least they got 4 costumes straight away during the season, and got 4 more coming, depending on how you go from ranked mode. With the Joker getting 1, Superman of course getting a lot, Stripe getting 2, and Steven getting 2, and Shaggy probably getting the most amount during the season with 4 costumes. But still, I don't know. I'm still excited to see what's to come with Season 4 of MultiVersus in terms of costumes. And seeing which ones will get more. Because again, when I get to Season 4's video, I am only going through the costumes that have been added per character. So I'm not going to go through every character's costumes all over again. This is just a one-off because I haven't done this type of video before. So when Season 4 comes, I'm just simply going to count all the new skins that every character gets. After that is, all the previous skins, I'll never talk about them again unless I have to compare them. So yeah, that's about it for this video. I'm hoping you guys like this because this is a bit different and just showing off just how much of the game I've spent on it. But still, I'm excited for Season 4. I'm definitely excited to see how Raven's going to go. I know she has 2 costumes coming in the game at the moment. Marceline, at least I know she has one for certain coming out, and whenever she comes out. But I'll find out when how much those 2 characters get trying out season 4, as well figuring out how many new costumes are coming for the characters. Because again, I know Taz is getting it, I know the Joker is getting one, Superman is probably getting one too, and the Iron Giant still has one costume coming as well. So at least we have 4 characters straight away to have new costumes coming for season 4 anyway. So we'll find out the rest later. But until then, I am Lorcan the Hedgehog. Thank you for this long journey of mine. And I'll see you guys until Season 4 of MultiVersus. See you guys later.